The Pats respond after a tough loss last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers and absolutely humiliate the Carolina Panthers at Gillette Stadium. Let's break down the route. This is Locked On Patriots.
You are Locked On Patriots, your daily New England Patriots podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What a day, what a day, what a day at Gillette Stadium. What's happening? I'm your host, Nick Cattles, born and raised in New England, been covering the Patriots for the past 16 years, also co-host of the Greg Bedard Patriots podcast with Nick Cattles and a sports talk show host veteran. On today's live postgame, the defense settles down after another lazy, bad start in that first quarter. Also, one Patriot makes franchise history. But first, Josh McDaniels had a day. We appreciate you joining the show, making us your first listen, and for being an everydayer. The Locked On Patriots podcast, a proud partner of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. The Patriots were absolutely unequivocally dominant against the Carolina Panthers, especially after the Panthers' first drive during today's game. That is a dominant performance from your football team. All three phases. Defense pitches a near shutout after that first drive. Of course, you got to count that last touchdown by Carolina in garbage time. But they almost pitch a shutout after the first quarter. And the Panthers really weren't competitive in this football game after the first 5 or 6 minutes. But I want to start offensively because I want to give Josh McDaniels his flowers. I have been saying this over the past couple of weeks. There is a contingent of Patriots fans, and I think there is also a contingent of some people in the media that just don't want Josh McDaniels as the offensive coordinator. They don't think he's very good. They think Tom Brady created who Josh McDaniels is as a play caller. And I have been saying the past couple of weeks, Josh McDaniels has been on a heater. He was really good against Miami. He was really, really good against Pittsburgh. And if his offensive players didn't cough up the football 5 times against the Steelers, who knows how many points they would have scored and how much they would have won by. And then he walks into today's game, and Josh McDaniels cooked against Carolina. It's as simple as that. He cooked. Jet sweep calls to make sure that they take advantage of the vulnerable edges of this Carolina defense. Josh McDaniels also moved the pocket several times with Drake May today, which we continue to see happen more and more as Josh McDaniels gets used to Drake May and understands his strengths, understands his weaknesses, and how to put his quarterback in the best possible situation. We saw it again, the moving pocket on that Hunter Henry touchdown throw. A perfect example of taking advantage of your quarterback's strengths and driving a defense absolutely crazy. Josh McDaniels was a 5-star chef today. We've been talking about the lack of explosive plays. Mike Vrabel's been talking about the lack of explosive plays from this Patriots offense. Not today. The Patriots, just in the first half, Evan Lazar posted, had gains of 24, 21, 22, and 33. And what you saw beyond the explosive plays and what you saw beyond Josh McDaniels understanding who his quarterback is and how to get the best of Drake May, you also saw Josh McDaniels adding to the menu. The play call menu got larger today. And this is something we're going to see throughout the season. Josh McDaniels has said over and over and over again that he will continue to add. That's what he does. You start with the base. You want that foundation as an offense. And as the season goes on, you understand what your team does well, and you start to add to the menu slowly but surely. And we saw that today. Taylor Kyles of CLNS posted in the first half, things the Patriots offense has shown for the first time this season. They ran a tight end screen. They ran a counter bash in the run game. They ran a counter hot protection. They used a 6th offensive lineman, putting Vidarian Lowe on the offensive line in a jumbo package inside the 5, something that I wanted to see last week against Pittsburgh. They did it today. So you're adding more elements to this offense. You're adding more play calls to this play call sheet as you move along. And I also mentioned during the preview on Friday's show, I mentioned that the Patriots in this game specifically had to finish drives. You could talk about Carolina, the Panthers, and their defense, and obviously they have some major holes defensively, and they were fighting against it today. I did not think they showed special effort once this game kind of got out of hand. But the one thing the Carolina Panthers defense did heading into this game today was that they would stop offenses in the red zone. Carolina's defense was the 7th best red zone defense walking into week 4. The Patriots finished 4 out of 4. They touched the red zone 4 times. They scored 4 touchdowns. That's finishing drives. That's a great job by your offensive coordinator. It's a great job by your quarterback. And we saw a Stefon Diggs coming out party today. That was nice to see. I've been patient with Stefon Diggs. People were saying, oh, is he done? Is he washed? He's not giving this team much at all. I've said from the very beginning, I'm going to give Stefon Diggs the grace of the first 4 to 6 weeks so he can knock the rust off. We have to remember, ACL surgery. He's in his 30s. Give him some time. He's not going to be the same electrifying wide receiver he was in Minnesota. He's not going to be the same guy that he was in Buffalo. But if he's healthy and he gets back to what he was in Houston just last season, he is a good, at times, really good wide receiver. And today was his coming out party. 6 catches, over 100 yards. He had not one but 2 big plays. And the most important play to me was the 4th down conversion from May to Diggs. Because once again, Drake May, who has been terrific on 3rd and 4th down, we've been pounding that point for the last couple of weeks. Drake May has been really good on 3rd and 4th down this season. And there you are, 4th down. And what does Drake May do? He delivers an anticipatory throw downfield towards the boundary, back shoulder to Stefon Diggs. That's the chemistry. That's when you start feeling good about watching this offense and the quarterback to wide receiver connection. When you're throwing a back shoulder downfield on 4th down and Stefon Diggs knows exactly what to do in that situation, that's the type of chemistry you want to see between the quarterback and the wide receiver. And it felt like today some of that rust got knocked off of Stefon Diggs. And he looked a little bit more like that guy that we saw even last year in Houston. Let's give the offensive line some love because we're going to sit here. We're going to watch Drake May. We're going to talk about Drake May. We're going to talk about Josh McDaniels and Stefon Diggs. But the offensive line was really, really good. Now, yes, some of this is the Carolina Panthers defense. In our preview show, we talked about the Panthers have not gotten pressure all year long. One of the worst pass rush teams in the NFL. And they did not get close. They did not get close to Drake May in the pocket. The offensive line, pass protection, 0 pressure all day. You had 1 sack, quote unquote, and that's because Drake May took the sack. He slid, he scrambled, and he didn't, break the line of scrimmage. So the sack was actually on the quarterback, and Drake May said in the postgame that he apologized to the offensive line for costing them a sack stat. But the offensive line was really good. 0 pressure all day. Jared Wilson was out of this game. Ben Brown started at left guard. There were no issues with Ben Brown. I thought Ben Brown made a couple of really good blocks in the run game, but the offensive line stood tall. No pressure on the quarterback. You got some good push in the run game. They were really good in the red zone. That's how you finish 4 of 4 in the red area. And, just a complete performance from this offense. From the OC to the quarterback, to the offensive line, to your skilled position players. Hunter Henry, Austin Hooper make a couple of nice catches. Henry with the touchdown. Mac Hollins gets involved on that motion slant route and really made Roseboom, look conflicted on that touchdown catch. Mac Hollins got in on the fun. Kayshon Boutte made a play downfield. Ramondre Stevenson responded. Antonio Gibson was pretty good in his touches. Travion Henderson looked more comfortable today. So, from top to bottom, this offense. And let's finish with the offense with Drake May. Because, look, was this an incredibly difficult task? Not really. He had to remain patient. He had to make sure he made the right reads. He got off to a shaky start again. His first throw downfield was, high and behind. Kayshon Boutte could have been an interception. But then he settled down quickly, and Drake May made some throws. That 3rd down throw to Hunter Henry at the goal line was ridiculous. That is a Garrett Crochet, shout out to the Red Sox, postseason bound. That was a Garrett Crochet 97-mile-per-hour fastball threading the needle to Hunter Henry on a 3rd down when you had to have it. Fantastic. Fantastic. Hitting Kayshon Boutte downfield towards the left side, left boundary. Drake May on the move. Move in that pocket again, off the roll, finds Kayshon Boutte for a first down. I thought the first throw to Stefon Diggs, the first big play he had, was a nice throw. It was a layered throw. Hit him pretty much in stride, and then he made the back shoulder throw downfield. So Drake May had a good day. The offense had a really good day. Josh McDaniels cooked. Let me know how you feel about it. Don't forget to click that thumbs up as you watch here on live on the post game. If you're watching on demand, you can still click that thumbs up. If you like the Patriots win today, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to throw a comment in as well. I see all of your comments. Even if I don't get to them during the live post game, I see all of your comments. So don't forget to don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends. Click that notify bell. Tell them about the Locked On Patriots hosted by yours truly. So comment, and subscribe. All right. The defense found its sea legs after another rough start. It's coming up next. This is Locked On Patriots, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. This episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. Every day we make decisions, right? But on PrizePicks, being right can actually get you paid. Don't miss the excitement of this football season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. Playing PrizePicks is such a fun, simple way to add more excitement to football. You just pick more or less on player projections like Josh Allen's passing yards or Saquon Barkley rushing for a touchdown, and you're in the game. You'll love how quick it is. You can make your lineup in under a minute. And a really cool part, PrizePicks just added stacks. So if you want to ride with a player, you can select pass yards, rush yards, and touchdowns all in one lineup. It's also fun to follow other players in the app and just copy their lineups with one click. Oh, and the new injury reboot feature. Hear about that? If your player leaves early and doesn't return, it won't count against you. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's LOCKEDONNFL for $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. What do you get when you have a bald eagle standing on top of a silverback gorilla riding a T-Rex? Confidence. Pure confidence. If you're looking for something beyond the usual pill, it's time to meet Rugiet Go Long. Rugiet Go Long isn't just another ED pill. It's a total game changer for your confidence. Go Long combines 2 doctor-trusted medications in one dual-action formula so you can go the distance. The effects, fellas, can last up to 36 hours. Now, it's confidence all day, it's confidence all night, and it's confidence even into the next day. The process, if you're wondering, it's simple. Connect with a board-certified doctor 100% online. If prescribed, your treatment ships discreetly right to your door. Are you ready to level up your confidence in the bedroom? Head to RUGIET.com. That's RUGIET.com and use promo code LOCKEDONNFL for 15% off your first order. Again, that's RUGIET.com, RUGIET.com, promo code LOCKEDONNFL. Make sure to use our code so they know that we sent you. You know I'm always honest, and I got to be honest with you. At the beginning of this game, the way the defense started, I was concerned. It was another rough start. The Carolina Panthers came out with their opening script. Dave Canales had the opening script ready. And the Panthers marched down the field, easy peasy, 1-2-3-zy against this Patriots defense. A number of 10-plus yard plays. They were averaging like 10 yards a play on that first drive. We once again had some early flags, and I was concerned. I was saying, here we go again. Another rough start. Is this defense going to make Bryce Young look like Patrick Mahomes? Because you can't do this against this Panthers offense. The offensive line, a couple of backups on the interior. They're all banged up at wide receiver. The very first snap is a jet sweep, an end around to David Moore. He gets hurt. He leaves in the very first quarter. But thankfully, the Patriots defense settled down. And I want to start with the defensive line. I don't know how many people pay close attention as you're watching live to the trenches, the defensive line, offensive line. But I got to tell you, the defensive line of the Patriots continues to be good. And it's really led by Milton Williams. Milton Williams has been worth every single solitary penny that the Patriots decided to pay him during free agency. Milton Williams has at times been a game wrecker. He has destroyed offensive lines single-handedly multiple times during this season. He has been really, really good. And today, Another couple of impact plays from Milton Williams against the pass, against the run. He's getting pressure. He's getting some run stuffs. If he doesn't get the run stuff, if he himself doesn't get his hand on the quarterback, he's creating opportunities for others on this defensive line. Milton Williams has been really good. And I thought Christian Barmore woke up today. It's been a little up and down for Christian Barmore, which is understandable coming off last year with the blood clots. He was managed all camp long, but I thought Christian Barmore played good football today. And I thought that he made some impact plays. And he was driving the interior offensive line of the Carolina Panthers absolutely bananas. So a good job by Williams, a good job by Christian Barmore. And you started to see the pressure. As this game went along, the Patriots started to pick up the pressure on Bryce Young. And I thought after the second drive or so, Bryce Young looked incredibly uncomfortable. He was incredibly uncomfortable in that pocket. He was concerned about the Patriots pass rush. He was concerned about the big guys in the middle getting to him. You could tell he was kind of bouncing up and down in the pocket, looking unsure. There were some plays where it frankly looked like Bryce Young short-circuited in his head. It happened multiple times during this game. And that's because of the pressure. Whether you're getting it on the edge or you're getting it on the interior, you're getting the pressure. And as the pressure picked up, as the defensive line played better and better, Bryce Young's play declined more and more, and they had no chance. The Carolina Panthers had no chance once Bryce Young was shook. And again, I think he was shook after that second drive. And most of the game, he looked like somebody who was not comfortable. We also have to point out, after that first drive, the Patriots, really you look at the first drive, and then you look at the Panthers' last drive, which was garbage time. And you got a bunch of backups out there. But I thought, after that first drive and until the final drive, again, the defense steps up, and I thought they limited big plays. You didn't have receivers roaming wide open in the secondary. You didn't have 20-plus yard plays over and over and over again. You're left shaking your head, wanting to rip your hair out. We didn't have much of that today. The Patriots defense did a good job of limiting the explosive plays. Now, we talked about this on the preview. Carolina's offense has not been very explosive. It's been Tet McMillan or bust. And if you limit Tet McMillan, then you're not going to get a lot out of this passing offense in Carolina. You're just not. And I thought the Patriots did a decent job against McMillan. Not great. I thought McMillan beat Carlton Davis at one point down the boundary, and Bryce Young just missed him. That should have been a touchdown. So I wouldn't say the Patriots were excellent against McMillan. I don't think they shut him down. He had opportunities. I think his quarterback let him down a few times. But all in all, you limited the explosive plays. You got to the quarterback. You shook him up. You were pretty good against the run after that first drive. And again, the late runs, whatever, when you're up by 30 and you got a team that's going to run the football, you're not worried about them running the football. You're playing prevent. You're playing very safe. You're not looking to give up big plays. So a team's going to be able to run on you if they want to run on you when they're down by 3, 4, 5 touchdowns. That's just what's going to happen. But I thought the defense played much better, limiting the chunk plays, limiting the explosive plays, creating some tough down and distance for Bryce Young and the Panthers offense. I was interested to see how Christian Gonzalez was going to be deployed. It was great to see Christian Gonzalez back out there for the Patriots today. But what was interesting about it was the Patriots, they decided not to move Christian Gonzalez. And we had talked about this during camp. It felt like Carlton Davis likes to be on the left side, and the Patriots just kind of stick him on the left side, and they don't move him. So Christian Gonzalez did not travel with Tet McMillan today. And that was interesting because if I were the Patriots defense, and look, it ended up working out fine. But going into this game, I thought you put Christian Gonzalez on McMillan and you let him do what he does, and Carolina's going to be in trouble. But interestingly enough, the Patriots did not have Gonzalez. They did not have Christian Gonzalez travel with Tet McMillan. The good thing, though, was that Christian Gonzalez was out there. I didn't see him take any snaps off until the game was out of hand. Until the Patriots rolled out their backup defense, I think Christian Gonzalez played practically every single defensive snap in this game, which is really nice to see because that tells us he's healthy. So not only did Christian Gonzalez play, but this was not like a ramping up. he was out there the entire time through the first 3 quarters. He might have missed a couple of snaps, but it felt like he was out there for every snap defensively. And I didn't know what his workload was going to be. So it was really nice to see Christian Gonzalez not only playing today, being active, but also being out there and just in his role, starting with the defense and playing pretty much all the snaps. Carlton Davis does have to clean some things up. A couple of flags. That's kind of how he plays. He's physical. He's grabby. Craig Woodson gave up not 1 but 2 touchdowns. He got picked on 2 routes. It's a learning curve for the rookie. I thought in the second and third quarters, Woodson made some plays, but, Craig Woodson, he's got to make sure he's on the details. And that's going to happen. Again, young player. All right, not only did we witness a thumping today, because that was a thumping, we also witnessed history. That's next as we continue with today's episode of Locked On Patriots, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Caffeine just got a flavor upgrade. 5-hour energy shots deliver tasty caffeine in 17 bold flavors. Each 2-ounce shot packs the caffeine of a premium 12-ounce cup of coffee, plus B vitamins and nutrients with 0 sugar and 0 crashes. What a lot of people, including my best friend, love is how portable they are. Big taste, tiny shot. You can take it anywhere and get that boost when you need it. There are so many fantastic flavors. You can always find one that is refreshing, gives you that quick lift before a busy day. Maybe you're eyeing pumpkin spice as we creep into October, or maybe you want to give gingerbread snap a try and see how awesome that flavor is. Honestly, most love how fast 5-hour energy kicks in, and that it's sugar-free, so you don't have to worry about crashing later. Enough with boring, flavorless caffeine. It's time to give your caffeine a flavor upgrade with 5-hour energy shots. Get the favorites you love, or be bold and try something new in store and online at www.5hourenergy.com or Amazon today. The NFL season is here, and FanDuel has an offer you don't want to miss. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet, put down $5, and if it hits, you'll unlock $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. I'll tell you, FanDuel is absolutely fantastic. It gives you so many ways to play. You can build parlays, try player props, and even follow the live lines during games, which is unbelievably exciting. It makes watching football just a tremendous experience when you've got a little something riding on the action. And whether you're a casual fan or love diving into the stats, FanDuel makes the game day experience so much better. So I remind you, new customers right now can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. You pick a bet, you put down $5. If it hits, you unlock $300 in those bonus bets. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com to download the FanDuel app today and get started. That was a fun day. That was a fun day, wasn't it? Watching this team not only win, but dominate on a Sunday at Gillette Stadium, a place that they haven't played well. They haven't won a lot of games the past couple of years. They have not defended their home turf. Today, the Patriots did all of that. A dominant performance. We've talked offense. We've talked defense. Patriots haven't scored 40-plus points since like January of 2022 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And a big part of their offensive success was their field position today. And now we got to talk about Marcus Jones, don't we? I mean, I feel like it's almost criminal that I had to wait beyond 20 minutes to get to Marcus Jones. Marcus Jones was awesome. Marcus Jones has a house call on a punt return when the Patriots were in their punt safe mode. They were concerned about a fake punt. And what happens to have that type of punt return for a touchdown when you're playing it safe, when you're playing your punt return safe? It's an unbelievable return by Marcus Jones. Everybody, including myself, thought he was going to call for a fair catch. He doesn't. He gets by the first couple of tackles somehow, some way, and then it's off to the races. Takes it to the house. And that was a big momentum swing because the Patriots got off to a slow start, as we mentioned earlier. The defense got marched on. Drake May, first throw, almost picked. Offense, 3 and out, not great. But then you have that punt return for the touchdown, and it just felt like everybody in the stadium took a big breath. I mean, that was a tremendous punt return. And then he comes back, and he has another punt return that he almost takes to the house. He got tripped up by the punter of all people, but he was so close. He was so close to having 2 house calls in the punt game. 60-plus yard punt return. Later on, he made 2 or 3 other guys miss. He had another punt return that was 20 or more yards. Marcus Jones was unbelievable today. Unfreaking believable. And he made history. Mike Reese posted this. Jones's 167 punt return yards are the most by a Patriots player in a game in franchise history. We witnessed franchise history today thanks to Marcus Jones. He broke Mike Haynes' old record of 156 punt return yards. That was set on November 7th, 1976, almost 50 years ago. I do have a question. Why did Carolina keep punting to him? What do you... I have no idea. If you are Carolina, how on God's green earth do you keep punting to Marcus Jones? How many times does he have to roast your special teams coverage before you kick it out of bounds, before you kick it a mile away from the... I have no idea. I have no idea how in the world Carolina decided to keep punting the football to Marcus Jones as he continued to dice him, slice him and dice him. My goodness, bad coaching. That's bad coaching. But Marcus Jones, shout out to him. He was truly terrific today. A special game for him on special teams. There are not a lot of guys in the league that can do what Marcus Jones did today. He continues to be an absolute weapon in special teams, and it was great to see him get going. And that huge momentum swing in the beginning, it's like the Patriots never looked back after that first punt return for that touchdown. It felt like they never looked back. Now, defensively, another observation, I thought defensively the Patriots, they tackled better today. The initial tackle was better today. More wrapping up, more not allowing guys to, fight for that extra yard or two. Now, Evan Lazar's done a really good job of pointing out that, yes, the Patriots have missed a bunch of tackles for the first 3 weeks, but it really hasn't hurt them. They haven't given up a ton of yards after contact. So they're doing a good job of swarming to the football, but the initial guy is missing the tackle. I thought they were more sure today with that initial tackle. Christian Ellis got off to a bad start again. I don't know why he's starting over Jack Gibbons. I thought Jack Gibbons went out there and played decidedly better right out of the gates than what we saw from Christian Ellis. I would not start Christian Ellis. Now, of course, we'll see. Jelani Tavai is, possibly going to be able to come off the IR. So you could have Tavai in the mix this week at practice. We'll see if that happens. So maybe Jelani Tavai takes those snaps from Christian Ellis. But I thought Jack Gibbons did a pretty good job early on in this game, kind of settled things again. He did the same thing against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mentioned Craig Woodson, young guy. He's got to get going. He gave up 2 touchdowns on pick plays, and he's got to get going a little bit here. And it's only the first month, but Craig Woodson has had some struggles the past couple of weeks, and he's usually the man on the scene when the Patriots give up a touchdown or a bigger play the last couple of weeks. So you need better play from Craig Woodson, but that's nitpicking on a game like today. I mean, today was tremendous. It's exactly what you wanted to see. It's exactly what we discussed on the preview. Silence the critics. Show them that Pittsburgh Steelers game was an anomaly. Respond the right way. Hold on to the football. Take care of the ball. 0 turnovers today from your offense. And that's what they did. And I know Carolina's not a good team, but that's what you want to see. You want to see the Patriots get to a point when they're dominating bad teams. That's what they're supposed to do. If you start to take that step forward, you should dominate teams that aren't good, that are banged up. And that's precisely what the Patriots did. They dominated a bad, hurting team. They humiliated them at home, which is precisely what you wanted. And I thought that, the foot was on the pedal from the beginning, pretty much all the way to the end. And that was nice to see as well. They had urgency. They didn't come out in the second half laissez-faire. They continued to play hard. Pop Douglas, who had 2 snaps in the first half, He's downfield blocking not one, but two Panthers on the Hunter Henry touchdown. Fantastic compete from Pop Douglas. And now you are 2-2 heading into Sunday Night Football at Buffalo next week. I'll take it. I think we should all take it. A 2-2 start. You're sitting at 500 after the first month. You got Buffalo, but then you get the Saints and the Titans. The schedule loosens up a little bit for you. And so now we look forward this week to a primetime game on Sunday night against Josh Allen and the undefeated Buffalo Bills. But I will take 2-2, and we'll hope to see continued steps and progress. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. That'll wrap up this edition of Locked On Patriots. Thank you for making us your first listen and for being an everydayer. Reach out to me on Twitter at NickCRadio. Again, don't forget to throw a comment in on the YouTube channel. Hit that like button and sub for us. And for your second listen, go check out Locked On NFL, that podcast with Tyler the Madman Rowland and Tony Wiggins. Find Locked On NFL on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Have a fantastic day. Nice win by the Patriots. Dominant win at home. You love to see it. Josh McDaniels cooked. The defense played better after that first drive. They settled in. Great special teams from Marcus Jones. Andy Baragales made all of his extra points, which was nice to see. Great win by this football team. We'll talk to you tomorrow.